Do you struggle for content ideas or creating engaging content in general? What if I told you AI can now do so much of the heavy lifting for you to get engaging content and get hundreds of content ideas much quicker? Before we dive into this, let me give you a quick introduction. Hi, my name is Plamen Slavov, and over the last 5 years, I've helped some of the world's biggest fitness businesses master their sales and marketing so they can grow, scale, and get phenomenal results. Now I'm here sharing the best and biggest bits of lessons I've learned over that period so you too can grow your coaching business for free. And if you're spending so much time trying to create content, trying to think of content ideas and get everything created perfectly when it comes to your content structure and strategy, there's now a better and faster way to create engaging content much quicker. And that's by using and leveraging the power of AI and artificial intelligence, because there's a huge opportunity right now just by leveraging AI to create more content, better content in quicker time frame. And I'm going to run you through exactly how you can do this using this exact framework in this video. And we're going to use AI in 3 parts when it comes to using it to create content and leverage it quicker. The first part is to use AI to generate content ideas. The second thing is to improve your content engagement. And the third thing was to use AI to edit your content and put it all together much quicker as well. And in this video, I'm going to break down exactly how you can do this so you can really get ahead of people not using AI to leverage it, get things moving forward faster, and really fast track your progress as well. So the first part of using AI to really fast track your content is to get to use AI for content idea generation. There's so many coaches out there that sit down in front of their laptop and spend tens and loads of time actually trying to create content, trying to think of ideas, trying to think of what to say and what to do. One easier way to do this moving forward is just to sit down on ChatGPT and tell it exactly who you are, tell it exactly who you work with, what inspired you to start, prompt everything into ChatGPT. Tell it about who you are, who you work with, the results you've achieved. You can even put in there previous client results and previous styles of writing you've used, like long captions, anything like that. Go on today and just really put that information down. Tell it these following questions. Tell it who you are, who you work with, and what your program actually involves and how it works. Once you've put this information down onto ChatGPT, ask it to give you ideas for new content. Tell it to create short form content ideas and give it 10 to 15. These ideas aren't going to be perfect, but what it allows you to do is now you have a base of ideas to work with. You can pick out the ones you like and really mold them even more to suit your tone of voice, your target audience, and exactly who you help with. You can even go a step further once you have the ideas and say, out of these 10 ideas you've given me, I like idea 4, 5, 6, and 7. Please generate even more unique ideas very similar to that format. What that's going to allow you to do is allow you to get really clear ideas, get new ideas, and just say, okay, I like these. This is not stuff I would quite say or do. Here's how I can mold it. And all of a sudden, you're not having to force ideas. You're not having to try and come up with new things all the time. You've just got stuff to play with, and you can now mold it to your tone of voice, to your target audience even further. And it's an amazing way to stop the idea block and stop kind of thinking, what do I say? What do I do? Because you now have something that you can really run with, go with, and move things forward, which is going to make an absolute world of difference here when it comes to using AI to generate ideas and move that forward. The second part of this video, as mentioned at the start, is actually to use AI to improve your engagement on your content. And what I mean by that is, again, sitting down in ChatGPT in the toolbox and saying, you can create a few things with it. You can create long form captions with ChatGPT. Important point with ChatGPT is just using the paid version, using 4.0, because it's miles better when it comes to the captions and the way it writes. And one big mistake people make with ChatGPT and using it to write captions, write content, script content, is that they just go with very default and very basic and very lazy prompts. If you just put down, hey, create a post on this topic, it just doesn't have enough data. It doesn't have enough things to play with to actually create good content. Instead, what you want to do is, again, give it more prompts, give it more feedback in terms of the way you write, the style of people you help with, what you root for and what you support in the industry, what you're against, because then when it comes to actually writing the captions, it becomes so much easier. And then what you want to do as well with writing captions is just say, hey, here's like captions and here's style of writing I really like. You can now paste into ChatGPT emails you've had from competitors, from Under Armour, from copywriters, any kind of style of writing and content you enjoy and you really like. You can put it in there and just say create and write in the style of Alex Hormozi, write in the style of Matt Does Fitness, whoever it might be, and then all you need to do from there is just adapt it and look through it. One thing you don't want to do when it comes to writing captions and using AI to write and script content out for you is to just have it with loads of the random emojis, with the rocket emojis and the muscle and the fires, because people know exactly that's AI and ChatGPT generated. But with the new update and how good it is so much easier to make it slick, make it look good, and really move things forward a lot quicker as well. You can use it for a few things when it comes to scripting out your content. You can use ChatGPT to script out video content. So content like this, me talking to the camera, you can use it to script this out and you get a baseline of what to write, how to write it. It's a real good tool to use. The second thing you can use it for is scripting out stuff like VSL letters, so video sales letter. Every time someone books a sales call with you or consultation call, you can say, script out a video sales letter, which talks through exactly how my program works, the level of results we get, what our pillars are, what our best clients get. And then all you need to do is just jump on, you have a teleprompter, and then you can read through that video sales letter and you have really engaging content in no time at all as well. So those are a few things you can use it for when it comes to scripting your content and moving it forward. Again, it's a very good ChatGPT-esque tool you can use to create ideas, move things forward, and really stop getting out of your own way so you can actually go in, execute, and get things moving forward as well. And then the third pillar of this as well, which is one you probably feel quite excited about, is you can use AI for so many content editing tasks. When I was 16, 17, I used to do graphic design and video editing. The amount of work it took me to edit one video 10 years ago was absolutely completely different ballgame. I had to actually manually write all the captions. I had to manually clip all the clips together. I had to do so much work. Now with how good AI is, you're honestly saving tens of hours every single week and every single month from having AI do so much of the heavy lifting. So if you're not using AI, for two, if you're not actually creating video content, you're massively missing out, because it's so much easier and you can really get ahead, you can really move things forward while people are still like looking around and wondering whether or not they should leverage it. Here's a few really good apps I personally enjoy, and you can see them across my social media as well. There's two amazing apps when it comes to actually editing short form content. So if you have content that you filmed, speaking directly to the camera style content, there's two apps you can use to really add the Alex Hormozi style video edits and the captions and the transitions. There's two I really like and live off, right? And I do all my content off. So one of them is Submagic. Submagic you can play around with. The only minor problem I find with Submagic is it doesn't quite have a app. So you just need to do it through the Google Chrome or any kind of website, like landing, like any kind of laptop device. You just need to do it on that, or through Safari or Google Chrome or whatever. You just need to upload your video in there and it'll edit out, add the captions. You can add B-roll and stuff like that, which is amazing. The second one, which does have an app, which is Captions, just spelled Captions, is also really good because it allows you to do really fancy transitions, really over the top editing styles and content. And again, they're not super expensive. They're $20, $25 a month, which is way more you'd spend than if you were to hire a video editor to do all of this work for you. So there's huge potential when it comes to just edit, like just filming a bit of video while you're going for a walk, or when you wake up, got an idea, you just put it into one of those two apps and you can get a really professional looking bit of video in a matter of a few minutes. So it's a really, really good way to edit content, get really good professional content in no time at all. The second app which you can use, which is amazing if you have any longer form bits of content. So if you have content which is, you know, a podcast, for example, if you have content which is like a client training webinar, for example, you can use video AI or Opus clips. You just input the big long file, the 30, 40, 60 minute long file, and what it will allow you to do is just clip that bit of content into lots of short form videos that you can then edit, that you can then use for social media and Instagram reels. So there's really a few good ways you can use AI to clip content and move it forward. There's also a few you can use when it comes to like having graphics and having nice looking pictures and stuff like that. One I really like is the DALL-E feature on ChatGPT as well. So what you can do with DALL-E and ChatGPT is just say, hey, I'm a personal trainer, I want a graphic for my business. Can you generate an image of this person, for example? And what's really cool with this is if you have a client testimonial, you have a graphic picture of a client, but they want to stay anonymous, you're like, I can't really put a picture of them because they don't want to be shown. What you can use with DALL-E is just describe your client on there, describe roughly what they look like, their age, their hair color, and it'll give you a rough stereotype and a rough caricature of your client. Everyone knows that it's a graphic design, it's AI generated, but it also looks quite nice. It looks quite sharp, quite snappy, quite unique, and it's a good way to just create quite attention grabbing content for Instagram as well, which is really cool. And then obviously you can also go back to your point 2 and use it to generate the captions for this as well with AI and ChatGPT. The first thing you can use, which I think is a real game changer as well, is just a little bit more research from ChatGPT. What not many people think about is just how important brand colors and how they come across on social media is as well. So what you can do is use ChatGPT to give you a rough breakdown of what colors you should be using for your brand. You can say, hey, I'm a personal trainer, I'm an online coach, I work with these type of people. What kind of brand colors should I be using for my content? Should I be using softer colors like the light blues, yellows, reds, which are a bit warmer, a bit more inviting? Or should I be using dark colors like black or gray or dark blue, like really hard hitting colors? Give you a rough idea of what colors you want to use. Because one thing to keep in mind as well is if you're using colors that are super hard, like a dark black or like a really heavy red, one thing that's going to mean is you're going to come across quite serious, quite on edge, and the people you want to work with would need to sometimes gravitate towards that. And if you use softer colors, people would be more beginners and more like helpless style people, right? So it's just this stuff that you need to keep in mind sometimes as well when it comes to brand colors, and you can really use ChatGPT to give you the ideas for that as well. And then the last thing you can play around with, which I'm not a massive fan of myself, and it weirds me out a little bit, but you can also use AI for voice cloning. You can input in the captions app, for example, you can input your voice. You can input like a minute long video of you reading out a script, and what AI can now do is clone your voice and clone the video of you speaking. So if you're not a particularly big fan, for example, of doing direct to camera video content, you can clone your voice and you can use ChatGPT to create voiceovers, or you can even do it while he's talking. Of course, I wouldn't recommend doing that because you still need a personal touch for your business and you still need that moving forward. But it's something that you can play around with here and there, very occasionally, if you need content done quicker and you need something out there. But again, you'd still need to have the normal talking videos, which are personal, which is you speaking, you connecting directly with your audience. Whereas if you have AI clone you speaking, it comes across a little bit unethical in my opinion, and it's not something I'd personally do or recommend doing. So here's a few things you can do, and here's a bonus little takeaway I want to finish off this video as well. And it's like, where do I actually see AI and videos, video editing and just AI in general going over the next few years. I've spoken to some huge names in the industry, some huge AI agencies even now that have come up, and I really see a few things happening. I see creators and business owners that do not lean on AI really get left behind, really get left behind over the next few years. And here's why: because what AI will allow you to do is create content at much bigger scale at a very minimal cost. So people in big businesses that do not use AI and use ChatGPT and use all of these amazing features, they're going to end up paying staff to do all of this. And some smaller creators that do not use it will just swoop in, use it, get so much more content and really move things forward. So I see a huge opportunity for creators and personal trainers and coaches using this. You know, they're working full-time job, they've got a lot going on, they can just lean in on AI, they can lean in on the frameworks here, the frameworks we teach our clients, and they can just go in and swoop in and really beat huge fitness businesses because they do not lean in on it. So that's one thing I would say which would be huge. The second thing I actually see happening over the next few years is having big influencers, big creators which do not exist and completely AI generated. I cloned a video, I did a video clone as a test. It's on my Instagram somewhere, you can see of me talking to the camera. It's not me saying it, it's AI that's generated it. In a few years, I see it happening where you've got really big, popular influencers like Mr. Beast, for example, which are these style of videos, but they're completely AI generated. I see that happening over the next few years. I don't know what to think of it, but I really do see that happening over the next few years. So it'll be interesting to see that scope and see how that unfolds as well over the years. And I also, as I touched on this as well, just to wrap up on this point as well, is I think for the business owners and content creators that do lean in on AI, I can see a huge advantage of them using and really getting ahead of some pretty big businesses and in the fitness space by just using AI and really leveraging it. So it's going to be a really exciting opportunity for people that do take these videos on board, that do what we do with our clients and really get ahead and really move the needle forward. So it's going to be a really exciting opportunity for sure. And to summarize, just as we're wrapping up this video, there's only 3 buckets of tasks you really need to be using AI when it comes to your content. The first one is idea generation. The second one is content engagement and scripting out content and perfecting and making the copy and making the actual bit of content better. And then the third thing would actually be editing content, making it look nicer, generating graphics, generating images, and really moving that forward. So editing content, idea generation, and then the final one would be engagement and improving that side of things as well. So it's going to be a really good opportunity to really move forward, get ahead, and really move things forward massively as well over the next few years. Give this step-by-step AI content creation strategy a go, and do let me know how you get on in the comments. I really look forward to seeing some of the content that comes through. I really look forward to seeing how you get on and really moving that forward, which is going to be huge. And ultimately, if you're a personal trainer or fitness coach looking to get ahead in your coaching business, to generate more content, to generate more engaging content and move things forward, where you work directly one-to-one access with me to move things forward. You're not working with some coach or personal trainer that's never made it in their own business, and you work directly with me. There's an application page in the description below. You get access to book a call directly with me to speak to me one-to-one. We can audit exactly where your business is at, what you need the most help with, and create a strategy in place. If we can help you one-to-one, we'll let you know on the next steps on how you can do it. If we can't, no pressure, no harm, no foul. We're going to say, I can't help you, and at least, you know, you can go to someone else that can. So any questions around this video, let me know. I really look forward to seeing how you get on with AI, how you get on with these tasks in this video, and really looking forward to seeing you grow and really move things forward over the next months and years.